Another question that I saw says we're dealing with a lot of aggressive moss showing up in some shady spots on our lawn. Is the best way to combat this by spraying a water mix with Dawn soap? Is there a more robust treatment? And they have some pictures here.
Oh, wow.
But it looks, pretty much like a shady area where moss is taking over, not pretty much self-explanatory there. So, I mean, in my mind, the first thing that I'm looking at when I see that is you already talked about shady. So you got a lot of shade. You're probably getting a lot of extra moisture there that's not drying out. So if there's anything possible that you can do to that to open up some more sunlight in there, to get it to dry out more quickly, that's going to be your number one, because it's going to be pretty difficult to do anything else with it when you have that type of situation. And RD, I did share these pictures on our shared little note that we have.
Oh,
so you'll see them underneath the...
Let me pull this up. Okay, I see these now. And it is quite a bit of moss. So, I see leaves, but I don't see a tree. I'd be interested to understand what the tree canopy looks like here, because this is some healthy looking moss. So I would suspect that, there's a lot of tree coverage here, and what I'd recommend in this particular scenario is, if you can limb up this tree, and as RK said, allow some more sunlight to get in there, that's going to be your best defense. I think whatever even spraying dish soap, I don't think you're going to have any hugely phytotoxic effects on the grass, but without changing the growing environment, the likelihood that that's going to show back up. Moss is a very persistent plant under the right conditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you strongly need to consider what the goal is here. Is it to manage the moss and maybe not make it look so present in the lawn, or is it to eradicate the moss, and get to a better overall stand of grass? So other thing too is, just looking at the wider angle here, there are some density issues. So again, that makes me call into question just what's going on here with tree coverage and maybe compacted soils too. Wet environments favor moss. So, we couple shade with, highly compacted soil, or a lot of root competition there. So
that's what I was going to say. If they could possibly get some more of the appropriate grass, like if it's going to be a shadier area, even if you can get some more sunlight to there, but you get the appropriate, maybe some fine fescues in there, or the right type of tall fescue that can do that will do better in those conditions, then that's going to help to fight off some of that. Because I've noticed in my shade testing spots that anywhere, it starts to thin out, that's where the moss will really start to grow into it first. You're just giving it the opportunity to start taking over. So
I see. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I think that's an interesting point too about species selection in those lawns. So to that point about, are you trying to eradicate, or are you just trying to manage it? I think, I do see it's just, walking around the neighborhood, older neighborhood, lots of big trees, things like that. I do see a lot of lawns that have partial to, mostly full shade that are predominantly fine fescue. And I mostly older types. A lot of these lawns are, 40, 50 more years old. And, the moss and fine fescue look, if you're okay with moss and you're okay with a not perfect, quote unquote, air quotes there, I think in those cases it is it's okay. I'd say it's acceptable if you're okay with a less than perfect lawn.
Yep.
I think it registers on the continuum of a good lawn. How's that?